Hey there. Hi. How is everybody? So I'm going live right now here. Hi there. Glad to see you guys. I'm going live here and over on Instagram. So I'm going to get ready and join Karen's Instagram so that we can get started. Let's see if I can find her. Where is she? There she is. Hey there.
CRE Steve.
Okay.
So drinking a little wine here, waiting for Nancy to come on stream. In the meantime, how's everybody doing? Where are you guys? What's happening in your world?
So I'm over on Instagram.
Social distancing. I think I'm going to end this and come right back.
No, I'm here. I just sent it to you. Shoot. All right, Karen, we're having some technical difficulties. All right. All right, so let's see if Karen's going live over here. Where is she? All right. So I can't tell. They've changed the setup here on. Interesting. So I haven't. Facebook's changed everything, so I'm kind of figuring out as I go here. So let's see if Karen's here. And so, all right, so I'm sending a request to Karen. Gotta love the technology. Did she see it?
Okay, back on. Sorry about that. I pressed a few too many buttons. Here's Nancy. What happened?
It's coming. Just hold on. I'm here. I'm here.
There she is.
I'm here. So I'm doing dual go lives. I'm on Facebook too. So awesome. So I'm testing my ability to multitask.
I know. I love that. This morning I tried doing that and it failed miserably. A lot of echoing going on.
Yeah.
But today we're good. Good to go.
Okay.
So hey there. All right. So everybody's saying hi to us, and we have a little bit of the same demographic audience. So
yeah.
Here we go. Hi, Doc.
Well, this is a different audience for me because this is more my professional side. So these are some of my colleagues and clients and people that are interested in sex education and learning about communication and things that we do in our professional lives. So this may be a little bit less of our sassy version and more of our professional.
Oh, we still got I got the wine. As long as you got a much bigger glass. I mean,
it looks like a bowl of wine.
Cheers.
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 You know, this house.
If you're watching, please don't hesitate to indulge.
This has to be the best part of the isolation and the shelter at home is that we get to, nobody has any idea what we have on from the waist down. And we can drink wine and we're not at work. We don't have to drive. We can say what we want and it's kind of fun.
It's totally fun.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I don't even know what day is it. Half the time I have to literally I couldn't tell you the number. Maybe it's like the 7th.
It's today. We have yesterday and we have tomorrow and we have today and that's
today.
That's all that matters.
Okay. I just want to say hi to all these people here. Let's start with all these people because a lot of them are very big, long-time fans. And Bryson says hello to both of us. Health and Wisdom magazine. We got King Teat. I got someone named Pandy here, which is my cat when I was growing up. That's my cat's name, so I feel like it's probably a shout out for my dad.
Aww.
And then we've got, just a lot of people here that we've known over the years. And we want to welcome everybody to the show.
Welcome.
And if you have questions, there's a little question button. You can write them in there or just write them wherever.
Yeah.
And we'll try to answer. Just direct it to one or the other of us.
Okay.
And stay away from the typical annoying questions like, how old are you? And what's the youngest guy you've ever slept with? That's my favorite.
That's going to be in your book anyway, so they can buy the book and read it.
Yeah, you guys, the book is coming out one day. You can pre-order it now. It's called What Games Eat Cougars. Dr. Nan has a nice little passage in there. You can read her little personal anecdotes, my personal anecdotes, a couple other famous celebrity people, anecdotes. Not really that famous, just me and you. But,
we're the infamous
you'll hear
ones.
Ben's point of view. You'll hear all kinds. Oh, we got Cam is in the house.
Hey,
Cam.
Awesome. So somebody just said you're so hot. Blah 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 blah.
Well, we'll take those. We'll take that. We'll take the blah, blah,
Thank you.
Blahs.
Blah 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 blah. Fill in the blanks. So
Nancy,
one of the,
I love your piercing.
Thank you. So one of the questions I got earlier was, which I thought was a great question, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning? So that's
a good question.
That's a really great question. So do you want to answer it first?
Sure.
Okay.
So
let's say, let's have the same scenario. So we have to get up.
Okay. We're going to be on camera.
Yeah, we have to get up and we have to get out and be on camera somewhere. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so I think as we get older, I tend to wear less and less makeup, believe it or not. I think when you put a lot of stuff on your eyes and stuff, it makes you look older, and not necessarily that that's bad, but it's just not something I want to do. Anyway, I really, if I have to do my hair, which I'm trying not to do right now because it's going to wash the color out, but if I have to wash and dry my hair, that's different than if I'm just ready to, if my hair's okay, I put a little mascara, eyeliner, lipstick, some, what is that called?
Like gloss?
Not blush, but bronzer.
Oh, bronzer. Okay.
Bronzer.
Okay.
I don't tend to take a long time, believe it or not. I think when you have 3 kids and crazy stuff going on in your life, you have to just do it really quickly. And I gotta be honest, when I used to put out YouTube videos since 2012, I would literally get my hair and makeup done for it. And each time I do a video, it was a big ordeal. It was a waste of money.
Yeah.
Complete waste of money.
And for me,
how long are you?
What?
Believe it or not, you have 3 kids and crazy stuff going on. You have to just
feedback.
do it really quickly.
Okay. So for me, it takes, if I have to, if from the moment I get up, which I go make coffee first and do my yoga practice. So that's probably about 20 minutes. I usually do about 20 minutes in the morning. And then I'm in the shower. From shower to out the door, I can be out the door in about 40 minutes. So that's doing my hair. That's I don't ever run a brush through it. I just crimp it upside down, put a little goo in there and blow it, diffuse it upside down to get this look. And then, put a little something in it to take out the fuzz. I don't wear any face makeup. I wear blush. I put a little blush on, mascara, and lipstick. And that's it.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. It's too much trouble, and I've never worn foundation. Because I've always hated the way it feels on my skin. It's I'm a face toucher, which is completely, I'm going to die because I'm touching my face now.
Everyone is though.
Death by face touch. Oh my God.
Wow, so that was actually the first time I've ever been asked that question. So that was a very interesting question. I guess some people take a ton of, I have friends that literally, one of my best friends, she must take, when I travel with her, she knows she needs an hour before she's going to get ready to I mean, she needs an extra hour.
I had a girlfriend that would take 3 hours in the morning. She would get up at 4 in the morning to be out the door at 7. And I was like, I would have to do it over and over and over again because I wouldn't even know what to do for that many hours on my face or whatever.
Well, she would bring like 25 brushes, like makeup brushes. So I don't know. It's not. It's like it's not worth it. But in the end, you gotta do what you feel good about yourself, and if it makes you feel good to spend 3 hours, go for it. What am I gonna do?
Well, yeah. So, I guess nobody's ever taught me what you would do, for that many hours. So I just,
Okay, we got a good question here. Kind of a real good question.
Okay.
Well, one is not a question, but love the cover, the art, cover. Big props to the artist. Are you talking about, it's Bryson? I don't know if he's talking about behind me or Nancy's unbelievable little post, which I was very impressed with, announcing that we were doing this streaming.
You like that?
Add that to your resume. You're a graphic designer. But here's another. The question is, what are you ladies doing to stay so happy and smiling and motivated at the moment? Question for both of you. Oh, that's a great question, too.
Well.
From health, wisdom, and something else.
Well, I can't say that I am this way 24/7 every day of the week.
Really?
No, can't say that. I've had a few funky days this week. I've had a few, we've got drama going on in the family, and my husband's on the front line, and I'm human and I get down, and so. But having this Thursday where I get to spend this time with you, Karen, and we get to have our wine and chat with our great friends out there in the world and the universe, and that always lifts my spirit. So thank you for being my spirit lifter.
I got goosebumps. For those of you who didn't join us last week, we talked about some weird shit that has happened with Nancy and I, how we've met each other randomly. We both live in different states and both at the same hotel in New York at the same day, unbeknownst to each other. So that was pretty wild. But how do I stay up? I think one thing is I'm an optimistic person in general. Yeah. I'm just like, some people get up and they're in a funk until they have their coffee or something. I wake up, I'm in a good mood. So I'm lucky in that my general disposition is one of a happy, optimistic one. However, I agree with you. I mean, there's sometimes I get in a freaking bad mood, or I'll get in a fight with my boyfriend, or things will happen, and it's hard to get out of it really easily. It's very hard when you hear people getting sick that are friends of mine. They're literally, I just found out a friend of mine was in the hospital with the virus.
Sorry to hear that.
So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to hear that, and it's hard to hear people, celebrities or people like John Prine dying. Just every day it's like I get a Twitter response. I'm like, fuck. If I see the name, it pops up. I'm like, oh no, they died. It's really upsetting. So the answer to your question is that I, like Nancy, look forward to our Thursday night little things. And it's hard to be in a bad mood when I look at that face.
Hello.
And for those of you who didn't know, we're both Libras. We're born literally 2 days apart, and it's pretty cool.
Well, I've discovered I spend a lot of time alone anyway, working when I'm not in the public. I am pretty isolated working, and I'm very empathic, and I've had to learn over the years how to manage that. But now it's like there's times when I feel like I sense the global sadness, and it feels like a weight, where it's like I have trouble shaking it. So I've been doing more meditation and more yoga and more sunshine therapy. When the sun's shining, I get out there and get some sun on my buns and really feel that earth energy and try to ground myself, because I think there are a lot of people who are really empathic and don't know what to do with all those emotions that are flying around, the fear and the sadness and all of that. So we work and I saw a great meditation yesterday, and I'll send it to you. It's a woman speaking that's just spoke to my soul. And it was really about this opportunity that we're having, where every spiritual journey in the history of humankind has begun with this kind of stillness and perhaps even this kind of tragedy, where people.
Oh, I would love to read.
It's beautiful.
Is it a video or what?
It's a video, yeah, and it's just it got an ethereal feeling to it, and it really spoke to me, and I'll share it with you. But it was, those kinds of things, I like to seek those out so that I have some kind of inspiration each day to, that I can provide inspiration. Because if I'm drained of my inspiration, I'm no good to anybody else. So.
Yeah, I've been doing that too. Like Sunday mornings, we do like a meditation led by Trudy. No, I think it's Trudy Goodman. I forgot her name. From LA. LA Insight, I think it's called. Yeah, I think if you do a meditation practice, I think that's really, really helpful. I mean, because if I'm getting really uptight, it's hard for me just to self-soothe without doing some meditation. So
yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good way to help yourself. And also, I do a lot of yoga as well.
And I think one of the best self-soothing techniques that anybody can do, it doesn't require any kind of training, is just to sit and observe your breath in your body. And just feel where your breath is coming from, feel where it goes, feel how long it stays there and what it feels like when it comes back out. And just monitor your breath for 4 or 5 breaths, and that can completely reset you. And what do we do when we're stressed? We hold our breath, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or you breathe too fast. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's amazing how much the breath does dictate how we feel. And the other thing I thought of is for those of you guys who don't know, I'm sure some of you are new to this channel, and Nancy as well. My husband passed away, and I remember what I did to help myself. Nancy, you went.
I don't know what I did. What did I do?
You gotta turn back the camera on yourself. There you go. No.
Sorry, anyway. I was trying to read. Sorry.
Anyway, so what happened? My husband passed away, and I was trying to figure out how did I get out of my funk, because I was in a really bad, obviously a huge funk when your husband gets murdered.
Oh my God. Can't imagine.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's a funk. It's a. No matter how optimistic you think you are, it can set you for a loop. And I hope no one ever has to go through anything like that. But anyway, I think the thing that really helped me the most is getting someone, one of my friends, shout out to Sam, said, why don't we go on a bike ride? And I went on a bike ride with him, and I put on my headphones. And I remember blasting just some really powerful songs with lyrics that just really hit me, like some Dave Matthews and Matchbox 20, and I just Rob Thomas's lyrics. I don't know. It changed me. When I listen to music, and when I feel the music, even the Where the World, they're coming up with all these different, Broadway singers singing. I start bawling, and my boyfriend's like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "I'm crying happy tears. I mean, it's so beautiful." So music really does help a lot.
Oh yeah.
Don't underestimate the power of music.
I think for everybody right now, our emotions are just beneath the surface, all of them, and they're all kind of vying for attention, anger and fear and joy and all of the mix of human emotions. Yeah. It's like they're all just kind of waiting. Pick me. It's so I think everybody's probably feeling a little schizophrenic, because we can have all of this happening simultaneously. And that is confusing. How could I have moments of pure bliss and joy while I am also being afraid and angry, at this whole nonsense? And so I think all of those things, if we can give our emotions a name and a voice, and speak to them and talk to people that we trust about how we're feeling, and not feel judged, and realize that we're all feeling the same way. You know, I mean, probably,
It's
I would
it is-
imagine pretty much every human around the planet right now.
Yeah, and you know what? And then I also think, and now this is we're going to get real spiritual here when I say this. I also think it's like Mother Earth saying to us, "Stop! Don't just stop and think about what you're doing. Just stop. You don't have to do anything else. You're all in this together. Stop and try to think of why this happened and what you can do during this period of time to reflect and bond with your people close to you. I mean, I had a Seder yesterday for Passover, which normally Jews get together and do the Seder, and we did it all. I did it in 3 different places: New York, Chicago, LA, via Zoom.
Oh, nice.
It's like amazing. I'm able to connect with family members from all over the country with the technology that we have. So
that's very
cool.
I
think there's a lot of. It's a good time to stop, and we're all in this together, which makes me feel comforted. Believe it or not.
Oh yeah. I had somebody on Facebook just wrote something really beautiful. Eugene wrote, "Let us be open for the change that wants to spring forth. The only constant is change. Let us embrace and be one, for I am you and you are me." That's quite beautiful. Yeah, that I think I've been asking myself this question. Hi, Leslie. I've been asking myself this question lately is, how will I feel when this is over as to how I use my time?
Yeah.
What will I look back and think, okay, I should have rested more. I should have exercised more. I should have eaten better. I should have, written that book, or what is it that I would hope to accomplish? And I think it doesn't even have to be a massive accomplishment, because most people in the world run on fatigue. They're drinking coffee to wake up. They're drinking wine to settle down. They're exhausted, right? Yeah. I'm just drinking wine because it feels good and I like the taste. But so people are exhausted and it's like the idea of rest seems like a weakness rather than a health program.
Right.
So this, I think, is a great time for people to pause and rest and make sure you're getting sleep, make sure you're getting fresh air. Really it's taken us back to the basics.
Right. And you know what? It's kind of nice.
It is.
Like my schedule is like my own, it's like I don't really need to worry about where I gotta be, because I don't really have to be anywhere. I'm actually not supposed to be anywhere but where I am.
Right. It'll be really interesting when this is over, because it will be over, how much people go back to the way it was, or if they modify it.
I put big money on it, going back to exactly how it was. Maybe you'll use a little more hand sanitizer. Maybe you'll think before giving someone a kiss on the lips hello. But I think people are going to go back to the same old, same old. I mean, I think people are creatures of habit. And maybe there's some things that we can learn from it. But I think it's just innate. The human being doesn't really,
Yeah.
It doesn't learn all that much from their mistakes. But
Mother Earth will have to kick her ass again.
Yeah, right. If you don't learn the right lessons in this lifetime, you might end up going through it again.
I've said that for years, that life gives us little knock knocks, like knock knock, who's there? Message. I got a message for you. It's a little whisper. We go, bug off, and then all of a sudden it's kind of a smack upside the head, and then it's a kick in the ass, and then usually it's a, cancer, heart disease, heart attack. I mean, as a nurse, I've seen more people in the CCU after their heart attack decide that perhaps stress wasn't their friend, and it's like, it took this, you've had all these warnings, and it took this to get your attention. So I like listening to the whispers. Maybe that's why I like to meditate, because I'm listening for those whispers, because I'm not really excited about the smack upside the head.
Are you guys? That's a quote. That's a Nancy quote. Listen to your whispers.
Mm-hmm.
I love that quote. I gotta write that down.
You may.
I'm giving you credit.
Okay.
Too bad we can't write that in the book.
We'll have to write another book.
Oh yeah.
So I can't really
Anyway,
see questions on here.
Oh, okay,
somebody says 40 minutes. That's unheard of. Well, it's true. That's all I take. 40 minutes to get ready.
So one of my friends, Ron, says, "What will dating look like for us singles? What will that look like?"
I would like to think that it's going to take us back more to courting and actually taking time to get to know each other, to develop a bit of a trust bond before you go for the smack in flesh.
Yeah. I mean, we were laughing this morning because I was doing a live stream and a girl came on our live stream. This is unbelievable. She went on an OkCupid date and she made out with the guy. She was attracted to him. And the next day, they both, I think one of them or both of them had a cough. So they both got the virus. They moved in together.
Well,
so they're quarantined together.
There you go. So they just boink away.
Right. Yeah. But I was joking this morning saying it used to be like if you're dating, you're scared of finding out that someone had gonorrhea that you used to date.
Yeah. But they have.
Had, like, syphilis.
Sniffles? Is that what you said?
No, I said syphilis. Yeah, syphilis. Sniffleupagus.
I think
I'm saying,
that's the new name for the.
Worried about that.
That's the new name for coronavirus is sniffles.
Yeah. Sniffles or coughless, and I think I'd rather give me syphilis. Give me syphilis over coughless. Let's see. We got health and wisdom exam again. Thank you so much for asking those questions. Got a dash, ladies. I was zooming with my staff. Really enjoyed this live. Next time I'm getting a mimosa to join you, ladies. Okay. Look forward to next Thursday night because I don't see much changing before that.
No, we're gonna be here.
We'll probably be on Nancy's channel. We rotate channels, so
somebody just nominated me for president.
Oh.
If I didn't have pictures out there that of course, but you know what?
We deserve to have a cool president, right?
I've wondered at times maybe those pictures would get me nominated.
Oh,
and elected.
Anything goes. I vote for Nancy Sutton Pierce for president.
It's got to be.
No one wants me as president. I can tell you that. That's not a good call.
No.
But Nancy, yes. Nancy's got a much better resume than I do.
I don't know. Depends on what you think.
Man, I'm too much of a goof. Although look what we got. So who knows? We got a Taryn saying hello, Cougars. Cougar. Oh, Karen for vice president. Okay, that's right. We're gonna run on a ticket together.
Just let us run the world. We got this. We got this.
We got it. I know we got it.
We would definitely.
Business, wine for all.
Yeah, but we would make wine like water.
Yes. It's kind of like, you heard of healthcare for all, we got wine care for all.
Right.
Please join me. What? Oh, I don't know what people are saying. What now, baby girls? I don't know. Where's everybody right now? Like, I'd like to know where they're calling. Like, some of these people are like from all over the world. I'd love to hear from.
Yeah. Just put in where you're from. Let us see. How come mine's not scrolling?
Yeah. You gotta just scroll with your hand.
Oh, gotta use my hand.
You gotta use that little finger. All right, so we got King Teat, 2020 in Florida. Yeah, my friend is in Florida right now. It's like 90-something degrees.
Austin Powers.
This is my shared pen. We are Tampa, Florida. Red wine care for all.
There we go.
Pennsylvania. We got Pennsylvania in the house.
All right. Okay, so we're asking people where they're from. We have a New York City on my Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Tina says to tell you that she'll help. She'll vote for you. So run for something.
Okay, Tina. We got Ron from Rialto, California. And who else? Well, anyway, romantic night in England. That's pretty cool.
So what kind of questions do you get, Karen, that you feel good about answering? Like, what are some of your favorite questions?
My favorite questions, if I was dating somebody, if I was single and somebody asked me this, I'd be like, that is the right question to ask.
Okay.
I like, what are you passionate about? Tell me something that you're passionate about. If I get that question, give me an hour.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your favorite question if you were single?
I like to like it when people ask me like who are my inspiration? Who has inspired me in my life? And what was it about them that inspired me? And how has that inspiration changed my life? So those are the kind of questions Mark will sit and ask me still.
Oh my God, I can't say the same.
Yeah. He has hours of recorded interviews of me where we just sit on the couch and he'll just turn on the recorder on his phone and just ask me questions like that, or ask me define love. What is the word love? Define integrity, define compassion, just kind of play with words and that kind of thing. So I think when somebody is interested enough in what's behind this, in between there and in here, that tells me that huge turn on, and it's so validating as a human being.
Yeah.
I was reading women. I don't know if men are aware at how frequently women are sexualized, and when we're sexualized, we're dehumanized.
Yeah.
You can't be sexualized by someone else and humanized at the same time.
Let me tell you, that's in my book a lot.
Yeah.
Because I went through a lot of, being that I got married really young, and I was single, and I was married for 24 years. So then when I was 47, I became single. Man, I could not believe the questions that I was getting.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time you fucked? And nice tits. People would ask me, are your boobs real? I mean, literally, like, the worst, disgusting questions. We got a really good question, though. I got to answer this one.
Okay.
Both of you. Karen and Nancy, send me advice on becoming a parent for the first time. My wife and I are expecting a baby in December. So, Nancy, how many kids do you have now?
We have 3 and 4 grandchildren and number 5 on the way.
Unbelievable. I have no grandkids, but I do have 3 kids. And my advice for you as a parent is to just listen to your kids. To 100%, you got to listen to them, and don't be so strict with the rules. Like, let the natural happen, and let the kids determine how much rope you're going to extend to them.
Yeah.
I mean, an example is like I have friends that wouldn't let their kids like watch TV, so then they come to my house and they like be glued to the TV, or they can't come to my house. They run to the cabinet and eat everything in sight. Whereas my kids, they candy out all the time. They never touched it, or they could have watched TV whenever they want. They never want to watch. I mean, it's like the more I like try to see if they wanted to do something, the less they wanted to do it. They like to rebel against you. So my kids would rebel, and I'd say like, "Oh, have a drink." No, I'm not going to. So,
what is
my advice on parenting?
What is forbidden is desired even more.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's
good advice.
Be more playful. Worry less about being a disciplinarian, and worry more about being an example of a balanced life. Take care of yourself. Protect your relationship. Those 2 things have to come first, and then you're full and you can give to your children. when children watch their parents suffer and sacrifice, children grow up feeling, one, guilty for that because they feel, or entitled because of it. So neither of those is a healthy adult. And the phrase that my husband and I have used the whole time raising our kids, and we talk about it to our kids about their children now, is you're raising adults, not children. So you don't want your child to stay a child. Everything they learn is training them for the next thing they need to learn. So you have to view that this is a little person that's going to grow up in 18 years and be an adult. That's not very long. It goes by way faster than you imagine. Think about the last 18 years of your life, right? So they have a lot of learning to do. So the more freedom you give them to learn on their own with your support and a little bit of a safety net, but, directing your child how to play, directing your child in their school, punishing and rewarding for grades. You're teaching them that they're here to please you, not themselves. Right. And that gives them a false responsibility to others, and they don't take they don't take responsibility for it themselves. So teach them that they matter, you matter, and that you're there to guide them and teach them and support their journey to become adults.
My mom always said, your kids, your kids don't fit into, you don't fit into your kids' life, your kids fit into your. So yeah, that's her. That's the way she guided us. I think I came out okay.
I think so.
I have to say one other thing about raising kids, since I do a podcast called Sex Talk with my mom. Yeah. I think a lot of people get really fucked up from their parents and the way they handle sex talks, and the shame that parents put on kids for being sexual beings. I think I'd like to shout out to anyone who does positive sex parenting. Yeah. Be open. If your kid wants to talk about sex, stay up till 2 a.m. and talk about it with them. And don't judge them. Let them say what they want, and if they have questions, answer them. Well, don't make them feel shitty about it.
First thing I would tell any parent, and I love to talk to parents before the baby's born, is get some books on early childhood education and how to talk to your kids about sex, because sex education isn't just penises going into vaginas. It's about our own autonomy. It's about our own bodily function. It's about appreciating and loving our body from head to toe, including everything in the middle. It's about naming your baby's parts. I've talked to parents who will name all the parts, and then they get to the groin and they skip it and go right to the knees. It's like they don't name those parts, and those parts have appropriate, healthy, real names. Name them. This is a vulva. This is a penis. This is a scrotum. This is a clitoris. Little girls that don't grow up knowing that they have a clitoris, that's like telling all you have is a ball sack. You don't have a penis.
Or what to do with it.
Or that, hey, that doesn't matter. Don't touch that. That's dirty. Don't do that. It's like that's the shame that kids grow up with. So we can talk about, but parents have to educate themselves first so that they can be actual educators.
That's exactly right. Children is a full-time job, but like I said, they should fit into your life, not the other way around.
What age? Birth. As soon as your baby's born, you start talking about human sexuality, their body parts. Little boys, as soon as their arms are just long enough to reach their penis, and it feels good. Don't take their hand away. Just say, "Yep, that's your penis. Found it." Call it what it is,
Yes. Steen says, I rebelled against my parents. They were too conservative. And that's what we're talking about. The more conservative, the more you say you can't do this, the more kids want to do that. So I say, just make sure you have a nice conversation And that's it. I lost my virginity at 12. Is that bad, ladies?
Well, first of all,
we don't judge. We don't judge anything. There's no right date to lose your virginity.
No, but I would ask, is King Teat a male or a female? And was it, does King Teat believe that it was consensual or coerced? Because I don't know of too many 12-year-olds that can consent to sexual activity.
Right. So we need more information. He's a male.
All right. And King Teat, do you feel like it was you strove to have sex with that person, or that you were coerced or taken advantage of, and it was consensual?
It looks like a smiley face.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. Well, I agree with her.
Now, King, what I would ask, King Teat, how old are you now?
Gotta wait till this chat is a little slow. We're ahead of the chat here, Lance. I think it's time for a sip of wine. Wow. We have a sip of wine. Just waiting for King Teat to come back to us. How old were you, King Teat?
How old are you now? Yeah.
Is it true babies can hear their mother's voice when they are still home? Absolutely. 100%.
I don't know that there's any way to prove that, but there is some reassurance. He's 31. So King Teat, if you had a daughter now who was 12 and had sex, would you believe that that was consensual, that she would want to do that? That she would be of age, a 12-year-old girl? Do you know any 12-year-old girls right now that you think would be consenting? Because my feeling is that there's no 12-year-olds that can consent. That's like a drunk person can't consent. Yeah. There's coercion there, especially if it's with an adult. If you're messing around with another 12 or 13-year-old and whatever happens, then that's probably, I think same age play and exploration is probably more natural than a grown-up and a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
So, but that is a bit of a judgment, but we have to kind of set parameters for when to protect kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody on Facebook wants to know, what is too big for a woman? Because this guy, he goes, because I get a lot of it's too big.
All right.
Inner city was a common thing.
This could be too big. Okay.
But some people are into fisting. So and a baby comes out of there.
Right. Yeah, and if it's done right and it's slow and the woman is taking the lead and how fast or slow or how deep or shallow she wants it, I think any size will do. It's just a question of, if the person is listening.
Okay, this is great. I'm concerned about the names for genitals for children. So that's something I'm not uncomfortable about because of the sexual element, but more of the social element.
Hey, I grew up as a doctor's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I was always told, and my kids too, they learn the same thing. If you have to go to the bathroom, are you going to urinate or you defecate? We never say we're going to pee-pee and poo-poo. That was not allowed in my house. And you know what? I think that really helps, that you don't have to worry about naming things if you name it the proper way.
Exactly.
If I'm in a bedroom, I may not be that clinical. If I'm in a bedroom situation, I might not say, stick your penis into my vagina. I might not use those terms then. I may use some dirty talk then.
And I think that's got to be, that's cultural. That's got to be what you're comfortable with. But when you're teaching children, start off with at least the correct anatomical terms. You don't say, this is a bump on your face. You say, this is your nose, mouth, eye, ear. I mean, we go through the body parts. And so why not say, this is your penis? And there's nothing sexual about a penis. It's with a child isn't sexualizing their body parts. It's a grown-ups that sexualize it that fuck it up for the little babies that are totally innocent of any sexual thought. Adults sexualize children. Children don't sexualize children. So I think we have to, just get over it.
Yep.
Get over it. So, okay, so let's see.
Cuckoo. Would someone tell me what cuckoo means? Because my dad used to call me cuckoo, and I always, whenever I see that, I feel like my dad's talking to me.
Would you recommend qualifying that by not mentioning those words in public or at school? Why not?
We want you to mention it.
Why not? I mean, well, first of all, why would children be talking about their genitals in school at all? Are they going to call it a dick or a penis? I mean, if they're talking about their genitals in school, I'd probably have a conversation with them about why are they having a discussion about their genitals. If they're teaching each other, which is pretty normal, then I'd rather my kid had the correct terms and could be the teacher for their peers. Because chances are, if the parents aren't educating them, at least their peers will. And I want my kids to have the right names and information. So the more parents give their kids accurate, non-judgmental, age-appropriate information, the less confusion the kids have as they grow up. So that's
what I know all about sex nowadays faster than ever before due to social media. Yeah, they do. They're going to learn about it from social media. They're going to learn a lot about it from porn.
The internet.
Worst way. Porn, by the way, as much as I enjoy porn now and then myself, but I gotta tell you, it's the worst way to be educated. It's entertainment. It's not education.
I had a conversation with one of my granddaughters. She was about 14, and her and I were riding in the car, and we were talking about something, and she goes, she said something, and I kind of looked at her, and she goes, "Oh, Nana, my mom thinks I don't know anything. I know way more than she thinks I know." It's like,
it's probably true.
These kids have smartphones, and as much as parents put on all the filters and the protection, the reality is, if kids are curious, I mean, they will find it. How many boys got a Playboy or a Penthouse or a Hustler?
Why boys? I was doing that with my
girls.
Girls.
Anytime we could have access. I mean, even this is gonna date.
Girls are harder than boys.
I've told my husband a few times. I said, men like to fuck almost as much as women. And he just goes.
Should I write that down? Another Nancy quote.
Yeah. Men like to fuck almost as much as women. But we like a good fuck. We don't want a lazy fuck or a lousy fuck or a sloppy fuck we want quality.
Nina always said there's, what did she say? There's special occasion dick and, I forgot the rest of it. It was pretty funny though. It's everyday cock and special occasion dick. The point is that, sometimes it's just a quickie, but if I'm going to have sex, I like to have quality sex. I like it to be like.
Well, and a quickie can be hot. I mean, up against the wall, grab by the hair, make it passionate, sneaking one off when the kids are in the other room. I mean, you got to be creative.
Yeah.
So quality doesn't mean it has to be flowers and music and dinner and fancy clothes and all that stuff. It really is about the intent of passion and pleasure. And if you feel like your partner, if they're looking at you like you're dinner, be dinner.
Oh my God, I had to write that one down too. I had a wall today. You're looking at it.
That's right. King Teats got it right. The only body part, the only anatomical part of a human body that is purely for sexual pleasure is the clitoris. Yay! We win.
That is true. That is true. I cannot deny that. That's true.
Yes.
Anyway, I have no idea how long we've been speaking, but I think we've been on for
I know.
long.
They're gonna shut us off here. So
anyway, we're gonna get shut off. But if you guys like this, please comment below and let us know what you like about it. If you have any more questions, let us know the questions. We'll try to answer next Thursday.
Yep.
We'll be on Nancy's channel next Thursday, which one is that?
We'll do the exotic lifestyle events next Thursday. And sex talk with my mom. We'll bounce back and forth, so people have to go to both of our stuff.
Well, we're our lead coder today.
Yeah.
We're not even on sex talk with my mom right now.
Right.
But maybe we'll do sex talk with my mom. Usually I like to do that with camera on, but unfortunately since quarantine we aren't able to be in the same room anymore.
Well, how many people can we have chime in? Could he chime in with us?
No. It's only the one. It's only the one that face. No, we can't. Sorry, but we might be a Zoom call or something like that at some point. We should do that. Okay. But it's just me, Karen and Nan and Karen. Actually, I was just talking to my friend whose name was my oldest friend. Oldest meaning the longest I've had a friend. Nancy she's got the same birthday as you. So
really?
I think that's something special. And her name is Nancy.
Oh my gosh.
And she informed me yesterday, but I was the first, she said. She was the first, Nancy.
She was the first one. Okay. I'll take second place. That's okay.
That's okay.
As long as I have a place. I'm not picky.
You got president, I got vice president, you got second,
okay.
Nancy. We can live with that. Anyway, this has been an incredible discussion. I'm so glad you guys joined us. We covered quite a lot of shit. Yeah. Well, and if people like Karen and I know people on Facebook, I think you've been able to hear Karen because I've had the volume up and I've got it right next to the screen there, the monitor. So if you like Karen and my banter, please send us your questions, your topics you'd like us to talk about, anything that you're inquiring about, and we'll cover it next week. Same time, same station. Until this whole shit show is over, we're going to be here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time to entertain and to also to lift our spirits because we are each other's spirit lifter, I hope. So I love you, and I will see you next time. All right. Maybe we'll talk in between. All right. Thank you. And give Cameron and your other kids and your man my love. And get ready for Monday, which is oh my god, I'm really getting drunk. Fuck Games Day Cougars. Is that when the book releases? Monday? Monday, the 13th. Okay, so can people pre-order it? You can pre-order on Amazon. There's a digital and a hard copy of it. All right, so it's called. So I'm gonna put the link. Hold on, I'm gonna go to Amazon. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, because I want to put the link in my thing. So fuck. I hope it's up there. I mean, it may not be. It's *CK Fuck Games, Date Cougars. Okay. And I hope you guys buy it and review it and like it. Okay, Fuck Games. But if it's not out there right now, give me 5 minutes and I have to make sure that I published it. Okay. All right. So you send me the link. It should be available for pre-order. All right. I don't see it there. Okay. Not yet because I think I have to wait a few days. That's why 13th is when it's going to come out. I think I just screwed up. It's okay. Oh no, there I am. Okay. All right. So send me the link and they have these available too. Cougars got to get in the all right. Cougar. All right. So I know. Send me the link to both of them, and I'll put them in the comments on Facebook. Will do, Nancy. So all those people have it too. By the way, you should promote if you want a private session with Dr. Dan. She's offering a half price offer right now. I saw that on one of your channels. Yeah, my schedule's filling up. So if you want a private consultation with me via Skype, we get to talk face-to-face, one-on-one, and I can help you with all kinds of issues. If you just want to have somebody to talk to vent, I'm there for you. My prices are cut in half for this season of
whatever shit show we're in. And I want to.
Very generous of you.
I want to make it more available to more people so that people have. I know there's a lot of people alone right now that are afraid or just isolated and just would like some. I'll make you laugh. I'll talk to you about naughty things. I'm not going to, I'm not going to talk you through a sexual experience. That's not my game. But we can have a frank conversation.
Okay. So. Anything that you want to talk about, she'll talk about it as long as it doesn't get like.
Yeah, I'm not going to go weird on you. Yeah, I'm not a sex worker, but I will.
But she talks about sex.
But I talk about life and love. Yeah, all that stuff. So, all right.
And I got my Nancy quotes.
Your Nancy, you did write them down. That's awesome. You have to remind me what I said.
I knew I wouldn't remember anyway, so I have to write things down these days. I can't remember. Barely remember the name of the book I just wrote. All right, bye guys.
All right, bye. Love you.
See you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, so Kisha just joined. So I just did a go live with Karen Lee Potter on Instagram. And next week at 5 p.m., we're going to be doing the same thing on here. I'll do it. And then on our Instagrams, which is My Exotic Lifestyle Events on Instagram. And she's going to do it on her Sex Talk with My Mom Instagram account. And so we'll comments or topics that you'd like us to chat about over our glass of wine. Please let me know, post it here, and I'll make sure that we get that covered next week. So thank everybody for joining in. It's always a pleasure to see your names pop up. I wish this were Zoom and I could hear your voices and see your faces. That always frustrates me. But I am honored that you stopped by to say hi to us, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, please take a pause every day, 5 minutes, just to be with your breath, get some sun on your skin, and remember that everything is temporary, including what's happening to all of us right now. We will get through this, and at the other end, we're going to look back and we're going to be grateful for the time we actually had for the pause that maybe a lot more of us needed than we're willing to acknowledge right now. So with love and light, namaste. I don't know how to stop it. Okay, I'm having trouble figuring out how to stop it. All right, there we go. All right. Again, namaste.